morning, it's Monday. Just checking in to say that I had a lovely day sewing yesterday. It was very productive. I sewed on my old faff sewing machine and I made my Audrey top, which included the alterations to the neckband that I made to the previous one, which worked out lovely. So I'm just going to show you what I did to make this sit flatter. So I made a change to this, I suppose you'd call this the shoulder seam. I changed the slope of that and it has just worked out lovely. It's sitting nice and flat, whereas on previous occasions it was just sticking up. So what I did was, this is one of the neckband pieces, so this is one of the little tie pieces, and each piece has the same slope on the end for the seam. So I folded it in half, I drew a new slope, so it's about a centimetre in, and then I cut off that triangle basically, and then that made a new shape. So here's one of the other pieces, and I just want to show you the difference in the slope. So this is the original piece and here's the new piece, and just that centimetre just made this sit lovely. So I'm really pleased with this, and I tied the bow first time and it just sits really lovely. So I find in the cotton jersey the bow stays there and stays all day. So I'm also going to show you the skirt I made. I'm sorry, I'm very hay fevery today, and I'm trying to speak a little bit louder because I've just had a few comments from people just asking me to speak up because I am a quiet speaker and I'm just finding it very difficult to actually speak at the moment when I can't hardly breathe. So I'm just trying to make an effort to speak that little bit louder, and I can completely understand. It must be very frustrating to be straining to hear me at the moment. But what happens is I lose the ability to hear my own voice. So I am looking at getting a microphone for my phone because that's what I'm filming on today, but they're all out of stock everywhere I look. So yeah, I hope that between me trying to breathe, and I'm not shouting, but I am trying to speak a little bit louder. But anyway, that's by the by. I am doing my best. I'm going to show you the skirt I made. I'm really pleased with it. I didn't make the two of these to go together. God, that looks really, it is sitting nicely. I didn't make the two of them to go together, but I actually quite like the two of them together. So here's my skirt. And it's got a little flounce on the end of it. And it's got pockets. Now, I would definitely take out the pockets the next time because they are just, they're tending to sort of sag. So I think I'd have a more streamlined look if I left the pockets out. So this skirt is a hack of the Forget-Me-Not Valerie dress. I added a flounce to the end of it. I did that with one of my previous dresses that I made. And I also added a facing to the top instead of a waistband because I just like, I like a facing, and this fabric is quite light. And I thought if I made a waistband, it would probably just curl over anyway. So yeah, I really like this. I love the two of them together. So I'm not going to be sewing today. I have some work to do. I'm hoping to pop out and get some more antihistamines today that might help with the hay fever. And I'm waiting for today's antihistamines to kick in yet. So anyway, so yeah, I've work to do today. No more sewing, but I had a really lovely and productive day yesterday, which was great because it was in such sharp contrast to Saturday's unproductive day sewing. So yeah, that's me for today. Signing out. Hello, so it's Thursday. It's a beautiful morning here. First of all, I'll tell you what I'm wearing actually. I'm wearing this lovely, put some fabrics down here that I want to show you. I'm wearing this lovely Cocowawa, I think it's the chestnut top. So it's got a ribbon here at the back. It's in a beautiful cotton jersey that I got from Quilt Yarn Stitch back in January, and I'm actually wearing it with shorts. Delighted to get the shorts out again today. Every day here is so changeable. Yesterday I changed out of 3/4 length trousers into jeans and a long sleeve top, and today I'm in shorts. You just don't know. So I'm wearing shorts that I made last year. They're from a pink linen. They've got a little pocket here at the side. I will link in the pattern for them. I've made them a few times, and the waistband that's on these is what I used in my skirt in my last video. So I just want to show you a couple of fabrics I received from Maeve's Dress Fabrics the other day. I'll just grab them off the floor. So I love a remnant, love it, love it. And as soon as I see that Maeve has some remnants up on her site, I'm straight in. She usually says on Instagram, so I'm straight on in there. You have to be fast. So I got this. It's a stretch cotton, and there is mega stretch in it. So it is good and stretchy. I have my eye on this for another pair of Ultimate trousers. So I absolutely adore my Ultimate trousers that I made last week. Yeah, I've worn them to death, so they're in the wash now. And this, I think there's about 2 meters in this, so there's more than enough for a pair of trousers. But yeah, we'll have to see what else. So I think this was about €25. Absolute steal. So really, really pleased with that. And then, of course, I'm one of these people, and I've always done it, in that if I find an item of clothing, say I would have bought jeans or skirts over the years and trousers, if I like the fit of them, I would have gone back and bought another pair of the jeans or another pair of the trousers. So I think at one stage I had 3 pairs of the one jeans, I had 2 pairs of the one trousers. You know the idea. I have a load of cardigans as well that I've bought in like every colour, because if I like them, I just go back and buy them. So anyway, that leads me on to my next fabric. So this will come as no surprise. Another version of this lovely floral fleecy back sweatshirting. So I bought the wine colour off Maeve a little while ago, and I made the Lulu cardigan. And then I bought the blue version from Steph and Fabric Romance. And of course, yeah, Maeve told me she had this. Yeah, I couldn't resist it. It's just lovely. So yeah, I think this is going to be a Patty Do funnel top because it's just so soft and I love it. And I've worn that Patty Do funnel top so much since I made it last week. And then I also got just a very simple red sweatshirting. And the reason I bought this is I was watching Kristen and the Dahlia Society during the week. I love her videos. They're just so informative. And she had the Linden sweatshirt, and she showed us a few different versions. And she made the suggestion of like colour blocking, and the Linden sweatshirt has a raglan sleeve. So I love a raglan sleeve, just love it. And it just got me thinking. So I generally would make, I make all over. I never think of putting different colours on the sleeves or anything. Unless I'm making something for my niece and I've leftover fabrics, then it'll just be whatever turns out. But it got me thinking about the Linden sweatshirt and my lovely strawberry fabric. And I thought, wouldn't this be a lovely front and back? Because Kristen did make that suggestion that if you had a fabric, you could just maybe use it on the front of the sweatshirt and then put plain sleeves and a plain back, which I just, yeah, it was just one of those ideas that had never gone into my head. So yeah, so I got this red and I thought, wouldn't that be absolutely just gorgeous? Front and back in the strawberries and sleeves from the red. And it's a super, super match for the red. I just seem to be getting very lucky with reds lately. I didn't know if it was going to be the right shade of red, but it's totally and utterly made for it. So I have 1.5 meters of this. So I think I could possibly get the Patty Do Stella top with the funnel neck, because I'm mass producing that at the moment, clearly. And I could get a Linden sweatshirt in these two. So I could dual purpose my strawberries. So that's an idea. Now I have all these ideas and I have all these plans, and I talk about all I'm going to make. And it's Thursday and I've actually made nothing this week. But anyway, that's the way the week goes. I got loads of work done. I also got another kit of the snap fasteners. So these came from a different seller on eBay, and they're a slightly smaller snap fastener. But again, these were an absolute bargain. I think there's 100 pieces in this. There's 4 colours in this one, so I've brass, more of a goldy, and I have a silvery, and then I have a not so shiny silvery and not so shiny brass. So when they say 100 pieces, there's 4 pieces to each snap. So there's 2 front, 2 back. So that's basically, I have 25 sets of 4 colours. So that's good. And that was cheap as chips. And the other thing I got was, I have seen now, I'm very late to this party. I mean, who hasn't made this at this stage? So I keep seeing this coming up on my Instagram feed and I keep admiring it. And I actually thought I had this. I really thought I had this pattern, but I did actually get around to putting all of my paper patterns on a Trello board recently. And it's a completely different pattern that I have. So when I went looking for this in my drawer of patterns, yeah, I didn't have it. So I ordered this on eBay and this came mega fast, so I'm really, really pleased with that. So my friend Tess has a beautiful one made in a mid blue chambray fabric, and I happen to have some lovely chambray as well that I haven't used. So I think I will possibly make it in that. I think it needs something quite flowy for the trousers, and I really love the idea that it's not a gathered waist on it, or it needs to be cinched in with a belt. It's actually got some fitting in it, and it has a dress version as well. So how did I not have this pattern bought before? I don't know. So yeah, I have some work sewing to do today, and then I'm going to make some plans to sew for myself Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Watch this space. See you tomorrow. It's Saturday, and yes, I'm still in this top. It's just so cozy at the moment. It's howling with wind out. It's absolutely horrible. And today I've decided that I'm going to finally get around to covering these couch cushions. So they're like a rattan and timber base couch, and I've 2 chairs as well. And they're here in the conservatory for probably about 15 years, I think, and they're absolutely wrecked and they're really shoddy looking, so they need covering. It's not a huge job, but I've just been putting it off because I much prefer making clothes. But anyway, I'm going to start it today. It'll probably go over onto tomorrow, but I started measuring and I started cutting, and then I thought maybe I should do a vlog on how I've done it. So I'm going to try that. It may or may not work. So if it works, it'll go up as a separate video. But that's what I'm at today. And hopefully I'll be able to tune in tomorrow and show you the finished cushions. So there's a seat and a back on each of them. And what's great is that there's two on the couch and 1 on each chair, and they're all the same size, which is great. So I just have to basically come up with the size for one and then reproduce it 4 times. So this is the state of, say, the seats. So they've got really, really discoloured. This is the original colour, and the rest of it has been just faded with the sun, and even some parts of them are actually threadbare, but I've turned them over, which sounds really scabby, but I just haven't got around to doing this. And then the backs have a shape at the side, and again, original colour. So at one stage in a former life I had a curtain shop, so I have a lot of curtain fabrics in my shed. So a few weeks ago I took one out, I measured it and figured it would actually be enough to cover them all, so I washed it. Now I had to cut it in half to wash it, so I was hoping that it would still work. So this is it. So it's quite neutral, but it's got a little fluffy bit in it. And I like the colours of it, and to be perfectly honest, it's in the shed and I have it, and I'm not going to go out and buy any other fabric to do it. So I think it'll be nice. It smells lovely. I found a new fabric softener lately which just smells divine. So by the time these are made and the sun is shining, this room is just going to smell amazing. So yeah, that's the job I'm taking on today. So I'll tune in tomorrow again. So today is Tuesday, and the last time I came on here to do an update was, I think, Saturday. So Saturday I went about the job of recovering the seats, and I managed to get the 4 seats done and 1 back. So I almost have the other 3 backs done. I've actually done this part. I just have to sew on the little gussets at the side, so I have the zips in and everything. The filming of the procedure just didn't go my way, so yeah, it was just so difficult. It was actually really, really hard. I found it so hard to video the process and sew it, so hats off to anybody who does that. Now, it was a particularly cold and dark day, and it was horrendously windy, but and I just had one of those sewing days as well where, yeah, it was difficult. So anyway, so absolutely thrilled that I have them this far. I'm going to sew the gussets in today because I just want to see the end to the job, and I'm thrilled with the way they look. So next week I'll update you with some pictures. So you've seen the befores, and hopefully there will be some great afters. And yeah, I'm just looking around now, really, really loving how they look so far. So I'm going to hopefully edit this video today. Thanks a million for all the lovely comments I had on my hat video. So that hat video was done so that I could slot it into this vlog, but it was a bit long-winded, so I just decided to take it out and put it into its own video. And I have to say, I really enjoyed doing that little video, and it just reminded me of how much I really did enjoy making the hats and the process. And yeah, it's just reignited a bit of interest to take it up a little bit again. So yeah, I'm going to take out the flower making tools and get out some of my silk, and I think I'm going to make some flowers to start. And yeah, the other news is my daughter cut my hair during the week. So now she's not a hairdresser, she's 17. We watched a YouTube video on how to cut your hair, because my hair, I've just had a really bad year trying to grow my hair. I had a bad experience with a hairdresser about 1.5 years ago where I got my colour done and then my hair literally fell out. And I ended up with hair about 1 inch long over here, and it's taken a year now going back and forth to the hairdresser and using special shampoos and, you know, really minding it. So it was meant to be cut just before Frocktails, so that was the beginning of April, and it didn't get cut, and I found it was just all breaking here at the sides. So she took out the scissors, and the only hair cutting scissors we have is part of the dog grooming kit that we have. So my hair was cut with the dog grooming scissors. So I don't know what my hairdresser's going to say to that when I eventually see her. But anyway, hey ho, it needed cutting, so it's actually sitting so much better now because it had gone really fluffy and broken. It was really bad. I was very conscious looking at it in the videos because I just thought it looked horrendous. But yeah, I think it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot better to me anyway. So yeah, so thanks a million for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. I love all the comments. Thanks so much. And today I'm going to start videoing this week's vlog. So I'm a little bit behind, but yeah, we're getting there. So until the next video, thanks so much. Bye bye.